I think every film you have in your head is just a challenge. To me, the director's job is like, well, how do you tell? There's a lot of stories. Think all the stories in the world. They're coming at you all the time. You know, it's like, well, how to tell a story.
Yeah. You cool, man? Like how?
I think there hadn't been a lot of hit teenage movies at that moment. You know, the archetype is rebel without a cause. You know, there's a car wreck, there's death, you know, it's such a big deal. And I'm just working from a personal place. I'm just saying, well, I don't remember a lot of that. The essence for me of being a teenager was just riding around looking for something to do. I crammed everything interesting that happened to me, like my freshman year of high school, into kind of one day where nothing's happening, but everything's happening. McConaughey came in just in the audition process. Even though he hadn't acted, he met my casting director, who was in a bar in Austin. Matthew just went over to him and just started talking to him. My only problem with Matthew is he was too good looking. I imagine a much sleazier guy. No one can ever say Matthew got it on his looks. His looks were working against him. I kind of worked him into the movie. I liked him, and we had an opening. Oh, what if Wooderson pulled up? And so he said he was kind of nervous, and he was thinking like what he would say before his lines, and he just...
All right, all right, all right.
It was something Jim Morrison said in a live concert thing. I got a letter from a guy once who said he had a brain injury and had kind of forgotten a big chunk of his life, including high school. So he was thanking me for the movie. He was like, oh, that's what I now think of as high school. So it's just weird what the place it fills in people's psyches.
So listen, here's the deal. This is what we should do. You should get off the train with me here in Vienna and come check out the town.
I'm kind of a minimalist, you know. I did the same with, I guess you'd call it a romantic movie. You know, most stories, oh, they meet, they kiss, they get in bed, and then the story starts. Here's the obstacles, here's all the wacky stuff that happens to them. I was like, no, I don't want to, I want to make it just about what goes on between two people who are very much infatuated with each other. We always joke, Ethan, Julie, and I, like the lowest grossing trilogy in history is definitely the Before trilogy. The freest we ever were was probably the second one, just because no one even knew we were making it, no one cared. We would look at each other every day and say, you know, there's about 4 people in the world who care about this movie. But we just realized those characters were still alive in us and had something to say about this new phase. You know, they were like 23 in the first film, 32 in the second, 40-ish in the last one. So life is very different at those stages. It was a fun script, but I still thought it was a little cheesy or something. I mean, it just didn't seem like my thing. In the script, they won the contest. I was like, they can't win. You know, that's a little too. It's more fun if they lose. That's the whole point. It was like an indie film to me. I shot it the same way I would anything else. We just had all that support. We could get 600 extras for the show. We could get the Andrew Lloyd Webber song. We could get AC/DC. We could get all that. So it was great to make a film in that spirit, but with full studio support. 10 years before, exactly 10 years before, I hadn't got a Led Zeppelin song that I'd wanted for days. So I knew a little bit more about how to do it. And I said, oh, let's do a little plea. I put a camera on Jack and had him ask the guys.
We need your song, man. We need the immigrant song.
And it worked. It was great. I felt very full circle that I was able to clear a Led Zeppelin song, finally. I had this story just about growing up that I couldn't quite crack the form of it. It wasn't working in my head because I was trying to cover too many years, so I had a problem. I had a storytelling cinematic problem. It was just at the moment I gave up that I had this idea. It's like, oh, well, if I filmed a little every year, I could cover it, you know? So it all came to me in a flash. Each year of the 12 years is kind of like its own short film. The shoot is only 40-ish days total, but we spent a year in pre-production and a year, it's so around the edges. You spend so much time editing, so much time in prep. It makes no sense, but it's just what you had to do every year. You know, it was kind of the fun part. The team gets back together. I think they had a lot of fun watching the kids grow up. You know, it was like summer camp.
You'll never guess what happened. She disappeared. Bernadette. What?
I think fundamentally on the adaptation, you always have to ask yourself, what's this book about? To me, what it was about was this artist who had lost touch with herself. It's about a deep mother-daughter relationship. It's a portrait of a long-term relationship between her and her husband. The artist who's not practicing their art is you know, kind of a potentially kind of toxic person. It's like a self-portrait of myself. If someone just said, oh, you can't make a film for 10 years, or I don't think it would take too long that I would be kind of where Bernadette is. I feel it in myself even when I can't get one film off the ground or something. It's not happening quick enough for me. I can be kind of biting, and you know, I'm a big believer in the kind of therapeutic value of art. Art's kind of the ultimate coping mechanism, I think, for the person doing it. I think it's important for people to be able to express themselves. I feel that way all the time. Like when I'm doing something, I'm like, oh yeah, this is satisfying something in me that keeps me from being a menace to society.